The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie Broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello and a healthy good morning to all of our friends listening in on this beautiful Tuesday morning, September 22nd. And do you know what special day is today?
The first day of...
Get closer so I can hear you.
The first day of fall.
There we go. Woo-hoo. The first day of fall. So you probably have seen
summer.
The leaves falling in your backyard. Get the rakes out and get ready to rock and roll. I am your host, Gary Owen.
And I'm your co-host, Tom Bouvier.
And we're bringing you the Quality of Life radio show, and it's brought to you by Cigna Medicare. We also are streaming live on Facebook here. So between my Facebook personal page, the Quality of Life radio page, as well as the Owen Insurance Group page. So thank you for tuning in and watching us. We appreciate you being here this morning and tuning in. And also you may be listening in on WSTU 1450 as well as 1590 WPSL 1590 AM. And finally, you can catch us via TuneIn on Alexa.
And Gary, we're here today, as we are every week, to bring relevant content to our listeners. We're here also to support and showcase our local businesses and to provide education and information that will help enhance the quality of life of our listeners.
And speaking of relevant content this morning, we're going to welcome our featured guest, Amanda Foster. She'll be I think sharing with us some relevant information this morning.
I will try my best.
And then the second part of our show, Tom and I are going to share with you our extensive knowledge and candor about important insurance solutions that will enhance and improve your quality of life, the pitfalls to avoid, transparency, and just good old-fashioned simplicity, because we know that insurance is complicated, and we are here to simplify insurance planning so you can enjoy
the stress-free life that you deserve.
I deserve it. They deserve it.
Everyone
deserves it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Everyone deserves it.
So we're going to go ahead and introduce you to Amanda Foster. We're thrilled to have her with us this week with Sterling Mortgage. Amanda, did you dress appropriately for the fall day today? Or
I believe I did.
Yeah, very nice. So tell us, I know you have a shout out. You're dying to give a shout out to somebody this
Yes,
morning.
I would just love to do a shout out to the Mermaid Bungalow. They are an all-owned women's clothing company. They're local. I'm wearing one of their tops today. They have a Facebook account, Mermaid Bungalow, so follow them. They've got awesome products, and they are a great bunch of ladies.
Do you think there are clothes there that would work well with my co-host here, Tom Bouvier?
Well, if Tom likes to dress up as a lady, then I'm sure.
Oh, no.
See, that got Evan's attention. Look at that.
Oh, no.
That caught his attention very nicely.
Okay, stop.
And by the way, I left my cell phone in the car, so I know that typically I get texts all morning long during the show of people who are watching. And one of our agents, John Iannotti, I know he's listening in and tuning in, and I believe he says his father, Dr. Iannotti, and his crew are listening in. So thanks for watching us. Thanks for tuning in, Doc. We appreciate you and your office tuning in to our show as well. So let's now redirect our attention to the real estate market. It's so hot. It's so hot right now. And because of that, Amanda, you are so busy.
I am very.
Are you
Busiest time ever. It's awesome.
Are you making like a lot of overtime?
I think I am doing a lot of overtime. Yeah. I'm not sure I get paid overtime, but I'm definitely doing it.
It's really astounding, right? That and I'm stuck on my cord here. It's really astounding that we see the number of homes being sold. And I know, because I'm in the market and looking, well, trying to, but when you go to make an offer, there's like 5 standing offers on that bloody home. It's absolutely insane. And in spite of COVID-19, we're not seeing a slowdown.
No, it's absolutely crazy. It's just been tremendously busy, all aspects. We have got people that are, as you say, Gary, that are buying and selling. So there's lots of people out there trying to get sales contracts written. And then we have clients that are looking to refinance to take advantage of the interest rates as they are crazily low at this moment in time. So although COVID has had some huge, big impacts on the lending industry and the way that we operate, slowly we're seeing that is turning round so that things are starting to get back to normal with regards to lending decisions. However, things are taking a lot longer. Lenders are inundated, appraisers are inundated, title companies are inundated. So the whole process is taking a lot longer than normal. So
how much longer? So that someone is looking for a home, they put the offer is accepted, they contact Sterling Mortgage, and then what?
Well, typically we would look to quite easily be able to close somebody within 30 days. But right now we're advising clients that if they can get at least a 45-day sales contract to close, that's just giving a little more time. Some people are even accepting 60-day contracts. And I know a lot of lenders are working to that. But at Sterling, at a push, we can try to get the odd one through within 30 days, but ideally 45 days is an ideal timescale just for everybody involved, because as I say, it's not just us as a lender, it's appraisals, trying to find an appraiser that can go out and do the actual appraisal. They're taking time. And then, as I say, title companies as well. So typically 45 days.
So let's back up again to COVID-19. So what impact has that had on specifically people like me who are small business owners? And there are people out there in our community who are looking to buy a home. They're small business owners. Because I know trying to go through that process once for me before the house fell through, obviously, it was strenuous.
Yeah. So with the whole COVID and especially income, because unfortunately lots of people either were laid off, they had restricted hours, so there was loss of income. All lending facilities, they tightened the guidelines, so there's stringent income criteria in place now. So whereas before things were a little more flexible, now they're checking and double checking. So for a small business owner, whereas previously we would have provided business tax returns maybe for 1 year or 2 years, now we've also got to provide business bank statements. We've got to provide profit and loss reports year to date. And underwriters are looking to make sure that the cash flow going through the business matches everything that's on those profit and loss reports. So they really, really are tightening up.
You probably don't know the answer to this, but
I'm going to say no now then.
Dial a friend. Of the number of people, let's say for every 100 people that come to you for a loan, how many are getting rejected because of things like that, because of the COVID situation?
Well, luckily for myself, I haven't had a loan decline for that at the moment. We have had people where we've had to work around things to make it fit with their income, but I do know out there are people, but luckily for myself, I've not had that yet. But I there's a lot of people out there that have lost their jobs. So, lenders in general have had applications that have been put on hold until people are either reinstated. But not me.
So you're good luck.
I
Everyone
am.
that comes to you gets their loan approved.
Let's hope so.
Amazing.
Let's hope that continues.
100%.
And the other thing, the takeaway from that is Sterling Mortgage will work with you and work around situations to try to get you approval. That's what I heard you kind of say in a roundabout way.
Yes, and just obviously to give Sterling a plug because I work for them. We are local. We're a direct lender. So what that means is we've got direct local people working with us. So we are constantly in contact with our underwriters. So local people making local decisions. And we're not trying to turn any loan down. We're trying to make it work. And if we see something that we need to recommend to help a client get a better interest rate, structure the loan more effectively, that's what we're going to tell them to do.
And two questions. Just
Oh, boy.
as you talk and you elicit some more questions from me. First of all, how long has Sterling Mortgage been in business here on the Treasure Coast?
Well, they've been in business for over 25 years here in the Treasure Coast. So it's a local family-run business. They've got a great reputation. When the market crashed before, Sterling was still in business and still standing strong now. We've got lots of loan officers. As I say, we're a direct lender, so we're part of Element Funding now. And yeah, things are great.
So which brings me to the next question. Why should someone use Sterling Mortgage rather than use an online lender?
Well, again, because we're local.
Because isn't online cheap? I mean, trying to figure it out on your own, and you don't need to pay for a stinking mortgage broker, right?
Well, it can appear to be cheaper, but it's not necessarily.
Right.
And we all know cheap is not necessarily the best anyway.
That's for sure. Amen.
Yes. But again, because we're local, we've got local knowledge. You always want to go with somebody local. We had we've had many cases in where clients have initially gone online. They've done an application. An online company has instructed an appraisal company that's nowhere near here. They've gone out, done an appraisal. They're not familiar with the area. The property's not appraised. Clients not been able to proceed. So they've come to us. Because we're local, we have our own local panel of appraisers. We send somebody out to go and appraise that property. It appraises because the appraiser is local, they're familiar with the area, and we get the deal. So that is just one of many examples why.
That's a really big deal.
Sterling.
Really a big deal. And I always say, Tom, do business with a local business.
Exactly.
I mean, that is important. That's why we're all
That's what
here.
we're
We're
all
here to
about.
support one another's business. And you go online or use somebody out of state or out of the county. What does that do for our local businesses? It doesn't help a local business. So especially these days when during the COVID-19 pandemic and the crisis that we're in, we need to stick together, work together, play together, eat together, drink together, but don't sleep together. So
Do business together.
Business is very important. So it's really important to do business with a local business. I've got about maybe 3-4 more key questions for Amanda, but we're going to go to a quick break. And by the way, in case you didn't know, you are listening to the Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 AM, WPSL 1590 AM, from the Palm Bay to the Palm Beaches, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to your Quality of Life radio show. This is Gary Owen and co-host
Tom Bouvier.
and we also have Amanda Fuasta, who's in the studio with us this morning. By the way, in case you didn't know, I happen to own a small business in downtown Stewart. It's very easy to remember. Tom has it on his shirt. I wear it on my shirt. It's a very beautiful logo, and it's the Owen Insurance Group. So anything related to insurance that's related to people, not things yet, but people. So life, health, long-term care, disability, individual group health products and things, cancer, critical illness
Medicare.
insurance, and Medicare. So we're going to talk a little bit about that later on here as soon as I get done grilling Amanda on a few more things right now. So, Amanda, if I was to buy a home today, say a 15 or a 30-year mortgage, I know a lot of it is based on your credit.
Mm-hmm.
So what is like the range of credit scores that someone is looking at today and buying a home?
Well, it varies from program to program. So you can look at a credit score anything from around 580, which would give you like an FHA loan. But if you're typically looking for a more conventional loan, which a lot of people do tend to steer towards, and especially in this market at the moment, we find that a lot of realtors are more comfortable when they're writing a contract for a conventional loan. You're looking at typically a minimum score of around 620. The higher the score, the better the interest rate. And as I say, they are so low at the moment. So depending on your credit score, the amount of deposit you put down, you could be looking at anything from 2.5% to around 3.25%, depending on your circumstances.
And that's for a 30?
Well, you said 15.
We're
to
15,
30.
yes.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
We're 20 year.
We'll
split it.
Again, with a 20-year, 2.75, anything from 2.75.
Very nice. That's very good.
But it has been known to go lower. I've just closed on a refinance for a client of mine that did a 30-year fixed at 2.5%.
Very good for him.
With no points.
Wow.
Charged.
So, which means that if you're looking for somebody to work with and you're buying a home or maybe refi, you should contact the pros who've been doing this for 25 years on the Treasure Coast. And Amanda, who should they contact and where do they contact?
Well, of course, they should contact me. They can reach me on my cell, and that's 772-341-8861. Or they can email me at amanda@sterlingms.com.
And where is Sterling Mortgage located?
At the bottom of the Roosevelt Bridge.
North side or south side?
Oh, don't ask me that. I'm from the UK.
East or west side?
It's on the other side.
Is it the broken side or the fixed side?
Listen, I'll give you the perfect answer. It's opposite Sailor's Return.
Okay, it's on the north side of the bridge, right?
Correct.
I love it.
Am I wrong? See, you've stitched
Amanda,
me
you
up
are
again.
never wrong. I don't care what anyone says.
You stitched me up again.
So obviously, we know you and I were talking prior to the show about this hot real estate market. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. How long do you foresee these rates staying like the way they are, as low as they are? You have any idea, any indication?
Would you like me to pull my crystal ball out of my bag?
You told me you had one, so I want to see it. I was going to tell Tom to take it real quick.
If anybody knows the answer to that question or thinks they do, they're lying. We have got no idea. All I know is it's great at the moment. So if you're in a position to move forward, do it now.
And then any best tips that you can give to people looking to buy and sell?
Most importantly, be prepared. So be prepared. Make sure you shop around. So when I say shop around, make sure you're shopping around so that you're using the right local experts. So as we said, a local mortgage broker company that knows exactly what they're doing and is knowledgeable. The same with real estate. It's so important that you shop around and almost interview realtors and mortgage brokers yourself to get the right person for you. With regards to preparing yourself, once you've started a loan application, under no circumstances get your credit pulled and apply for credit elsewhere, because that can have a huge impact on the lending decision. And just another tip, if you have monies for deposits and closing costs, make sure that they are deposited in a bank account for at least 2 months, so that we can evidence those funds in plenty of time for closing.
So you're saying that the money has to be in their bank account a minimum of 2 months.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then what happens?
Well, then underwriters will ask questions as to where it's come from. So we just suggest that when somebody has got monies, people sometimes like to save money and keep it at home. They need to make sure that's deposited in an account so that it can be evidenced. So 2 months.
Is there still a rule that allows family members or parents to gift?
Yes.
And what are the criteria for that?
Again, it has to be a family member. And then typically with that, they can gift. And all that happens in that situation is we get the family member to complete a gift letter saying that it is a gift and doesn't have to be repaid. And then we basically just source the funds from the gifted account and then being deposited and transferred to the client's account. So a little more paperwork and a little more of a paper trail, but they can do it.
Hey, Mom. Are you listening, Mom?
Any long lost relatives out there listening?
And then I've got one more question. What advantages would you say there are to purchasing a home versus renting?
Well, definitely pride in ownership. Everybody wants to buy a home because they'll take a lot more pride in owning that property, decorating it, taking care of it for themselves. So that is the number one reason that most people would prefer to purchase rather than rent. Another one is the great benefits that you can get your mortgage interest rate on your tax returns. So if your mortgage balance is lower than the value of your home, then the interest rate you pay can be deducted from your tax return. So that's a great benefit. And also the equity. As you make your mortgage payments, you're going to reduce your principal balance, and hopefully the home price increases so that you're gaining equity. So there's lots of advantages.
Okay, very good. You've given us a lot of great information this morning. And again, Amanda Foster with Sterling Mortgage. And Amanda, please let everybody know how they can reach you if they've got questions or want to maybe do business with you. What's the best number that they can reach you at?
My cell, and that's 772-341-8861.
All right. So there is the first segment. Amazing. It's already half past. The first segment of our radio show, and we're going to go into the second segment of our radio show and sharing information with you about insurance, the best way to buy insurance, how to look at insurance, what to do, what not to do, some tips and the things to avoid. But before we go there, I pulled today, Tom, from the USA Today, that, and she says, Kathy Munzer, a single mom who lost her health insurance during the coronavirus pandemic. She said, "This is going to bankrupt me." As true to her point, Americans have racked up about $45 billion. That's with a B, $45 billion worth of medical debt in collections since this COVID-19 crisis, and many people are losing their jobs. Therefore, they're losing their employer-based health insurance. In fact, over this past summer, 3.5 million people have lost their health coverage.
I've talked to many of them.
Horrible.
Many of them.
So with that being said, I am happy to say that for those of you that did lose your job and lost your health insurance coverage, you do have an opportunity to enroll in a healthcare plan. It's a special enrollment period. You have 60 days to enroll in a different plan. And it's an opportunity to get into a plan, an affordable plan, because based on your income, your lost income, you may qualify for a subsidy that would help you pay those premiums. So please, if you're one of those statistics where you lost your job and you've lost your health insurance coverage, please know that the agents and the professionals here at Owen Insurance Group, we're here for you. We'll answer any questions that you have. And also, open enrollment is coming up November 1st for ACA for health insurance on the exchange. And I'm happy to say, for those of you that are living in Martin County, listen up.
I'm listening.
Okay, just making sure you're still awake over there. There's a new health plan coming into Martin County. So, and I'm happy to say that it's Cigna, and they are going to give Florida Blue a run for their money. So now finally, there's some competition finally here in Martin County with Cigna, and there may be another one. But I know also in St. Lucie County, where you live, Tom, Oscar Health is going to be coming into St. Lucie County. So again, Oscar is going to be giving Florida Blue and Ambetter Health a run for their money. So we're excited for these two companies coming back into our counties.
That's right. When there's options, then there's competition.
That's correct.
And then that benefits the consumer and the person who's looking for the insurance. So give us a call. We can compare all those different plans, find what's best for you, what fits your needs, now that they do have more than one option.
And so how do they reach the good people at Owen Insurance Group?
You can give us a call.
Don't give them Amanda's number.
Not Amanda's number. That's for your mortgage. 772-210-1020. That's 772-210-1020.
And listen, there's no cost, no obligation. If you have questions, you have concerns, you want to review, why not do it? It doesn't cost you a single thing except a little bit of your time. That's it.
That's right. We don't charge any consulting fee, so it's a free, no cost, no obligation consultation about your insurance needs.
So, Tom, what else is today?
It's Tuesday.
Countdown to what?
AEP.
How many weeks?
2.5, 3, 4.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks
October
away.
15th.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 weeks away. So we spoke a little bit last week about preparing, what the steps they should take to prepare. If you missed our show last week, you missed a bloody good show.
It was a good show.
I think every show is a bloody good show. And did I say that correctly?
You did.
Very good. It's a bloody good show. And you can go to our...
For an Irishman.
Irishman, Welshman. Yes. I'm very proud of that. And you could go to our YouTube page and look for Owen Insurance Group, and you'll see our past shows there. So I highly recommend that you do it. Encourage you to do it. There's great information on every show. Every week we host a new business owner here on the Treasure Coast. And in fact, Tom, we are booked up until the end of February, right?
End of February.
Amazing. Yeah. So we have a lot of people, a lot of business owners that are interested in coming on our show, and we're happy to have them to showcase their business, because again, it's just not lip service. We really want to do business with a local business and get that message out there. It's very important. So with that being said, we're going to talk real quick before we go on break, because we got about 5 minutes for a break. But Tom, what do clients, as you coming, say October 15th, it's 3 weeks away, Medicare open enrollment happens, and then they have 7 weeks until December 7th to make a decision. What do they have to have, and what can they do? What choices do they have?
Well, that between October 15th and December 7th, it is the annual election period or annual enrollment period for people who are already on Medicare. And what they have the option to do is look at the prescription drug plans for 2021 as well as the Medicare Advantage plans. If they have a Medicare supplement plan and they're happy with it and they stay with that, they don't need to review that necessarily. So they just have to have their Medicare card. Good to know what information, what they currently have and what they're looking for, and then we can do a comparison and see all the different plans available and see if there's a better plan for them. So if they're in the right plan, we're going to tell them, don't change. there might be 30-40% of the people that we do these Medicare annual reviews. We're not about just changing people just to change their plan. They may be in the best plan already, and it gives them some peace of mind to know, because there are going to be TV ads, their mailbox, unsolicited phone calls, trying to get them to switch, just to get them to switch. But we're not about getting people to switch just to get them to switch their plans, but we want to do a good job for them to find out the best needs for them. They need their Medicare information.
What do you call those type of people that goes to your home or calls you to get you to switch? I would say dirty little switchers.
Yeah, there's a lot of words that we may not be able to say on the radio, although there was a disclaimer that our views and thoughts were not about the radio station. But yeah, it's unscrupulous, just to try to get you to switch, just so you can be a client of that particular agent. And there are those people out there who,
unfortunately,
who really don't care about what your needs, wants, desires, and what's best for you. They just want what's best for them.
They're
And
very naughty.
yeah, very naughty.
Naughty.
Yes, very naughty. And I'll tell you that, to Tom's point, because these plans change every bloody single year. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan,
Correct.
not a Medicare supplement. If you're on a Medicare supplement, traditionally you could just leave it alone and don't have to worry about it. But you do have to focus on your Medicare Part D plan or your prescription drug plan. That those plans change every year, as well as the Medicare Advantage plan. So you want to make sure that you have a review, have a second set of eyes on that, because I'm here to tell you, and both Tom and I are excited of the fact that there is a company, a carrier that's coming into our county on the Treasure, our 3 counties, and actually Okeechobee County as well. So all 4 counties of the Treasure Coast are going to have some additional really phenomenal options. So again, it behooves you to take a look at those opportunities, those options. Make sure you have the right plan. Make sure that your formulary, your drugs are covered. Very, very, very important.
Right. And in the month of September, which is now, these Medicare Advantage carriers, as well as prescription drug carriers, they're required to send out to their members what's called the annual notice of change. So you should be getting something in your mailbox if you haven't gotten it already, and it will tell you what changes are going to be for 2020 on the current plan you have, so you can shop around.
And how many people actually read that, Enoch, Tom?
0.15%.
Hence, that's why they need to call us. All right, we are at the place and time here in this wonderful WSTU studio to go on another break. And you are still listening to your Quality of Life radio show with Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier, the Boov Man, from Palm Bay to the Palm Beaches. Thank you for listening in. We'll be right back. and welcome back to the Quality of Life radio show. I am your host, Gary Owen, and
I'm your co-host, Tom Bouvier.
you are the Boovmeister. So hopefully you heard the commercial before we came on live again. The commercial says, don't travel the road alone. It is, number one, it's no fun being a lone traveler on a very long stretch of highway, and sometimes a windy and convoluted highway. So, Tom, instead of traveling the road alone, what would you suggest?
Well, in regard to insurance, of course, I would suggest calling us here at Owen Insurance Group and letting us help navigate that road for you. You know, I liken it to a rough sea, and the shifting waters, shifting currents, shifting winds. That's all the different changes that's going on, as well as all the confusing voices out there. I know I've talked to I enrolled 2 people this week so far, and these are very educated, very smart people. And what they said was, for the 10 minutes that you spent describing the options of Medicare and how to enroll in it, what the options are, he said, your 10 minutes made it more clear than all the other voices that they had been listening to.
Exactly.
Their family members, get this, get this, get this, you got to go with this. And if you don't enroll in it, you're going to get a penalty. I mean, people are hearing all types of things. And actually, there's a little bit of truth in most of the things that people are telling them, but it's not the whole truth. And so having someone to help navigate that road for them and with them.
So we want the truth and nothing but the truth.
Absolutely.
That's what we want.
Absolutely.
There are some comments here on our Facebook Live page. And good morning to all the lovely people out there. And Candace Lopes, good morning. Thank you for watching us as well. And JP Moore, thank you. Debbie Temple from Vermont is listening in. She's in Vermont enjoying the cool weather, the fall weather up there. As well as Christopher Vega. Tom Bouvier and Gary Owen are the best. Woo-hoo! Capital BEST.
Awesome. Thank you.
And he's not our bestie either, but after that comment, maybe he can be in our circle now.
All right.
So Chris, thank you for that. We appreciate you. And Vivian is also listening in. And yes, Viv, you can certainly tune in and listen to the banter while we go on break. Because we're real. I mean, this is a real deal. What you see is what you get. So we're real people just like you. And we really, truly appreciate every one of you watching. So listen, Tom and I cannot stress the issues that we've seen, the problems that we've seen with people trying to do this on their own. So they'll go to a website, they'll Google Medicare, and they'll try to figure out what plan is best for them and do it on their own. My question to you is, why? Why do you want to do it on your own when Tom just said we do not charge for our services? And a lot of people, I guess, they can't wrap their head around the expert services that we provide where we don't charge for it. And let me be 100% transparent here. It's because the carriers that we represent, they will pay us a small commission to help a consumer and help them enroll in the plan that's best for them. So we can have the option of charging clients if we want, but if we do that, we cannot accept commissions from the carrier. So we decide to just leave it alone. Don't charge our clients for the services that we provide, because again, it's about protecting and enhancing your quality of life so you can live a stress-free life and have no worries about your healthcare plan. Because as we, approach that 65 year of age mark, Tom, aren't you like you're creeping,
I'm marching?
You're creeping
way.
On it. Who's going to write you your plan, by the way? I forgot to ask you that.
I am going to write my own plan.
Well,
but I might ask you for some advice.
Perfect.
I mean, know your Medicare, that's
Perfect.
for sure.
So again, we just can't stress the importance. So we have 350 agents across the state of Florida that work with us. So it doesn't matter where you are. I mean, in fact, we have agents in other states, in California and Texas and Ohio and Pennsylvania and not Louisiana, but Virginia. So and we're growing. So it doesn't really matter where you are because we are licensed in over 30 states currently. So you could be called, I guess, if you're calling from Alaska or Hawaii. We're not licensed in Alaska or Hawaii, which is one of my two favorite states in the country. But listen, we're here to help you. We're here to answer any questions that you have. So I would strongly suggest that you grab your piece of paper, grab a pen, and make sure it has ink in it, and write 772-210-1020. And that happens to be the offices at Owen Insurance Group. And probably one of our lovely employees. In fact, I want to give a shout out to Gus Adorno. He's our newest employee. We just hired Gus on Monday and yesterday. So Gus is our new admin marketing assistant. So we're happy to have him with us. And we also have hired another agent in-house as well. So we do continue to grow. And so you have the support of all of us at Owen Insurance Group. So don't be shy. Pick up the phone. I know Amanda sometimes is shy and she hates picking up the phone, but don't be like Amanda. Pick up the phone and call us, and we'll have some answers for you. Most likely, there's probably not going to be very many answers that we don't have for you. But if we don't have the answer, I can promise you I'll go to Tom's office down the hall and he'll have it for us.
Or I'll go to your office. Two heads are better than one.
That's for sure. So I want to kind of transition, Tom, into somebody who has a Medicare Advantage plan, let's say, and they received their ANOC, their annual notice of change. And now they don't know what to do because they see the plan benefits changing. And some of these new carriers and these new plans for 2021 have some really amazing ancillary benefits, which we're not going to get to this show. In fact, you know what? Yes, I have it here. I might as well do it because I was going to talk about the different Medicare Advantage plans that are out there. So we can tackle that next week.
Okay.
So we'll tackle next week the different types of Medicare Advantage plans out there and the supplement plan. So that will be specifically what Tom and I will address for you next week are the 5 different types of Medicare Advantage plans and then the different types of Medicare supplement plans. Now, with the Medicare Advantage plans, there are some additional benefits, Tom. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? So when you enroll in an Advantage plan, what does that, and first of all, what do they have to have before they can qualify to enroll in an Advantage plan?
So to qualify for Medicare Advantage plan, you have to have Medicare Part A and Part B.
Bingo.
You have to live in the service area. And up until 2021, you could not have end-stage renal disease or be on dialysis for kidney failure.
Good point.
Great change for those people.
Big change.
For 2021. They are going to be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan next year. So, and every Medicare Advantage plan must cover all the benefits of original Medicare. Part A is for hospital, Part B medical, and most of them include prescription drugs. But to Gary's point, these Medicare Advantage plans want to juice up, as I call it, or spice up these particular plans. They want to add, dental and vision and give you money for eyeglasses, let you pull teeth, hearing aids.
By the way, I'm going to get you a hearing aid for Christmas this year. Just
Thank
so you know.
you.
Debbie, are you listening? Your man needs a hearing aid, please.
2 of
Christmas. 2 of them.
And
dental
silver
benefits,
sneakers. And
silver sneakers.
One lady
OTC.
called me one time, said, I want to get that plan where the silver slippers program where I can go to the gym.
That's a great thing to have.
Free gym membership. LA Fitness.
Acupuncture, and some of these plans are even including acupuncture, chiropractic care. So again, the options and benefits are changing. You owe it to yourself to see if you have the right plan or not. And we'll let you know, yes or no. If you have it, we'll send you on your way and say, thanks for coming by and refer us to your friends and family who need help. And we'll we'll put them on the right path and we'll guide them as well. So also, I want to give a shout out to Chuck Gary, who's listening. Chuck Gary is a prominent attorney. He's been here all his life in Martin County. He knows Martin County better than I know the back of my hand. So, and we're happy to have Chuck Gary, also part of our networking group.
Yes.
So
He's going to be one of our guests soon.
yes,
I
Chuck
believe.
is coming
Can't wait,
up. I'm not
Chuck.
sure what day it is, but I know it's a couple weeks, so he'll be coming
And I
joining
wear
us.
his really cool sunglasses.
Chuck
Yeah, it says
Chuck is a pretty cool dude.
ChuckGary.com.
Chuck knows. So we're happy to have him with us in the studio here in a couple of weeks. And Vivian, I just they're asking for our phone number again, Tom. Should we give it to them?
We should.
Amanda, you want to give them our phone number?
It's a test.
772.
Yes, good.
Okay.
Go on,
That's a
do
third of
part
it.
and you do a part, then we all share it.
210.
1020.
Oh, what a team.
Oh, you saved
Teamwork.
yourself. She said that was very, very nice. And for those of you, as we mentioned before, I've got two clients who called, who are on currently on a Medicare supplement plan, and they are in their early 80s. And unfortunately, Tom, the premiums have just skyrocketed for them, and they can no longer afford those premiums. And quite frankly, I mean, I would do the best I can if you're on a supplement to stay in a supplement plan. Typically, that is my advice. I prefer people who are in a supplement to stay in a supplement if you can. But for those people who cannot because of the premiums, then you might want to think about what your other options are, and that might be a PPO, an Advantage plan. But again, it's important that you know the plans are night and day, a supplement plan versus an Advantage plan.
Absolutely.
So we'll be meeting with them here shortly and giving them some advice, and we lay out all the information for them, show them the pros and the cons, and then they have to make the decision that's best for them. So also on Medicare supplement, you've heard the rumors that Plan F is going away. It's gone away. You cannot get it any longer. And Tom, is that 100% accurate?
It's 100% accurate for some people. So there are some exceptions. So Plan C and F, which covers that all the deductibles and copays for Plan F, of course, went away for people who are turning 65 starting January 1st of this year. So that means if you qualified for Medicare before January 1st of 2020, and you're not currently in Plan F, you actually qualify to, you can enroll in Plan F. So it has gone away for people just turning 65, but it has not gone away for people who are already eligible for Medicare before January 1st.
And by the way, there has been, we talking about some bad actors, unscrupulous agents out there who are trying to get clients who are on Plan F to switch to a G plan. And really, they're trying to scare people into doing that. If someone is calling you or has called you and is trying to prompt you and push you into selecting Plan G, you might want to rethink that. Again, I think the major reason why an agent would do that is to grow their book of business primarily and churn the business and try to get you to be their client. So I'd be very cautious of those types of phone calls because, quite frankly, in my opinion, Plan F, if you're on Plan F, it's going to be good for you. It's better than Plan G. Plan G doesn't cover the Part B deductible, which is only $198 this year. But what happens, Tom, if that Part B deductible goes to $400? So is that Plan G now really the best thing for that client as opposed to Plan F that pays for the Part B deductible? Come on, people. Don't fall to it. Don't fall in that trap. Don't listen to people. But if you want the real advice, you want transparency and honesty and simplicity, you'll call the experts at Own Insurance Group, and we'll give you the information that you need to know to make the best decision.
Absolutely.
So Plan F has gone away for new people that are turning 65, but we know that there are many people that are past 65, Tom, that are still working. And they haven't enrolled in Part B because they're on their employer's group coverage. So obviously, when they finally retire and they're coming off their employer group coverage, can those people get Plan F?
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I spoke to a woman yesterday. She's 76 years old. She had employee coverage all her life through her company, and she's retiring in 2 weeks. So I gave her the instruction. She's got to call Social Security, get her Part B premium, get her Part B activated as soon as possible, and she could qualify. She does qualify for enrollment in Plan F with guaranteed issue. No medical underwriting, no
That's right.
medical questions for the first 6 months.
Yeah. So when it comes to a supplement, Medicare supplement plan, remember Plan F, like fantastic.
That's right.
Plan G,
For
good.
Plan N for
Plan N,
nah.
well, it's not
But
bad.
that's okay.
It's Plan N actually is
Yeah.
the third fastest growing plan now.
It's actually a
since-
good plan.
Since Plan F
Yeah.
has gone away. So Plan N is coming into play, but there are limitations with Plan N that you should know. So again, we're going to talk about some of this stuff next week because Tom, Evan has just notified me that we only have 3 minutes
Where'd the
left
time go?
on the show. And so we're going to talk about the Medicare Advantage plans, Medicare supplement plans next week. But remember, though, Social Security is backed up. So if you're turning 65 or you're retiring, you want to get a hold of Social Security, go online and get your Medicare, apply for your Medicare card early because it is taking my client who I helped enroll in on Social Security with his Medicare A and B card with a 9/1 effective date. So we did it probably about 6 weeks ahead of time. He just got his Medicare A and B card yesterday.
Wow.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So again, don't wait till the last minute. We know there's a lot of you out there that like to procrastinate. I'm not looking at you, Amanda, but there are some people out there that like to procrastinate.
Not me.
Don't do it. What?
I said not me.
No, we're go-getters, man. We don't have time to
Absolutely.
procrastinate. We don't let the grass grow under our feet. But the opportunity is out there for everybody this coming open enrollment for Medicare. And then also for those of you that are underprivileged, not 65 yet. You're on an individual health care plan or ACA. Remember, call our office because we'll give you a quote, a free quote for the new plans that are coming into our county for 2021. So the good folks at Owen Insurance Group will bring you clarity over confusion. We're here to simplify your quality of life, so we appreciate you being with us. And also next week, we are going to have Tish Gelano of the Arc of Martin County with us. And again, remember, Tom and I will be talking to you about Medicare supplements and Medicare Advantage. We thank you for joining us. We hope that you've enjoyed the show. And if you have, please share us with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your neighbors. And remember, stay safe, keep healthy, and be happy, and enjoy your quality of life.